The FBI continues to cling to outlandish and salacious claims in the so-called dossier of opposition research funded by Democrats against Donald Trump during the 2016 election campaign, even though the Bureau's own officials admit the document's allegations are largely unverified, says a new report. The dossier, some Congress members probing the matter believe, was presented as evidence by the Obama administration before a FISA court to obtain permission to spy on the Trump campaign. The Washington Times reports sources familiar with House and Senate investigations on the matter say that during a closed hearing of the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence last week, Deputy FBI Director Andrew McCabe declined to criticize the dossier's 35 pages of charges against Trump and his aides while admitting the document remains largely unverified. During the hearing, the sources said, Republicans pressed McCabe about the dossier, which was financed by the Democratic National Committee in the Clinton campaign based, the Times said, on gosseted information from paid, unidentified Kremlin operatives. Sen. Tom Coburn has come up with the answer to a Washington bureaucracy that doesn't seem to care about the Constitution, or American people and Article 5 Convention, which he describes in smashing the D.C. monopoly using Article V to restore freedom and stop runaway government. The sources speculated to the Times that it would be embarrassing for McCabe to condemn a paper his agents used as the basis for opening a counterintelligence investigation. Meanwhile, Michael Horowitz, the Inspector General for the Department of Justice, is reviewing whether McCabe should have taken himself out of the Clinton email investigation. McCabe's wife received more than $700,000 in campaign donations from 2 PACs, including one controlled by a Hillary Clinton ally. The report confirmed Horowitz has expanded his review to include whether or not the FBI investigation into claims of Trump campaign collusion with Russia is politically biased. Earlier this month, it was revealed that a key FBI agent in the Mueller investigation, Peter Strzok, sent text messages to his FBI lover, Lisa Page, making fun of candidate Trump. He wrote to Page that they needed an insurance policy against the risk that Trump might win the election. The Times reported the dossier's author, former British spy Christopher Steele, bragged to Mother Jones magazine in October 2016 that he successfully urged the FBI to begin investigating the Trump team based on his memos. Republicans have ridiculed the Bureau for trusting a paid agent of the Clinton campaign, the paper said. The chairman of the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence, Rep. Devin Nunes, Arcaloff, is reviewing who paid for the dossier, how its claims were spread and used by the FBI, and the Obama administration's unmasking of Americans incidentally recorded in the surveillance. Fox News reported McCabe's testimony to Congress conflicted in numerous ways with the testimony of previous witnesses. On Monday, a report from Tablet magazine suggested it would be precedent-setting for a sitting president to use government channels and resources to make up allegations about a presidential candidate. The investigation into the Fusion GPS manufactured collusion scandal has focused largely on the firm itself, its allies in the press, as well as contacts in the Department of Justice and FBI, Tablet said. However, if a sitting president used the instruments of state, including the intelligence community, to disseminate and legitimize a piece of paid opposition research in order to first obtain warrants to spy on the other party's campaign, and then to delegitimize the results of an election once the other party's candidate won, we're looking at a scandal that dwarfs Watergate, a story not about a bad man in the White House, but about the subversion of key security institutions that are charged with protecting core elements of our democratic process while operating largely in the shadows. Tablet reported that Mary Jacoby, the wife of GPS founder Glenn Simpson, boasted on Facebook about how Russiagate would not exist if it weren't for her husband. She claimed, as reported by Tablet, "It's come to my attention that some people still don't realize what Glenn's role was in exposing Putin's control of Donald Trump. Let's be clear, Glenn conducted the investigation. Glenn hired Chris Steele. Chris Steele worked for Glenn." According to the president's supporters, the Hillary Clinton campaign paid Fusion GPS to find dirt on Trump. The opposition research firm then hired ex-British spy Steele to write up the salacious and unsubstantiated claims in a dossier. Someone then took the made-up allegations to a FISA court to obtain permission to spy on Trump. Fox News reported Attorney General Jeff Sessions wants a senior Justice Department lawyer to review the possibility of initiating a special counsel investigation of contacts with Fusion GPS during the summer and fall of 2016 by Nellie Orr, the wife of senior DOJ official Bruce Orr. Sessions said, "I've put a senior attorney, with the resources he may need, to review cases in our office and make a recommendation to me, if things aren't being pursued that need to be pursued. If cases may need more resources to complete in a proper manner, and to recommend to me if the standards for a special counsel are met, and the recommended one should be established." Sen. Tom Coburn has come up with the answer to a Washington bureaucracy that doesn't seem to care about the Constitution, or American people, and Article 5 Convention, which he describes in smashing the D.C. monopoly using Article 5 to restore freedom and stop runaway government.